Greetings. Again, this is Sedona, as you can see in the background. All right, blessings. We're going to Grand Canyon. All right, blessings. So we get, the game. Okay, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. The consciousness of the Grand Canyon. There is, yes, a little bit of your Sedona frequencies here, of course. The Grand Canyon energies. I believe, yes, some of you wonder why we're not there right now. It's you can say there's reservations there, just like a hotel, or your reservation gets canceled. Let's put it that way. It's more like that. It's like there's a time and place for everything, and there is some blocking. It's not just that your government and all that; they're not that powerful. But there's a clearing that is needed here. You can say Sedona needs you more than the Grand Canyon, so get that way. So it's just that there's a lot of underground caverns. And Sedona is kind of actually hurting within it due to what you see around it. As some of you know, the energy of it is not well. The Grand Canyon, yes, has its own difficulties, but you can say technically Sedona has more of a resonance here, and the residents can feel the impact of what's going on. So yes, you go to the vortexes, you'll most likely feel what's going on here. Yes, you also connect to the Grand Canyon's frequency too. The Grand Canyon does send its energy here, but sometimes even the energy goes back to the Grand Canyon. But if you have any questions, please. All right.
Earlier today, it looked like there was an energy, a smoke or fog or something raising from the Red Rocks in Sedona. Are you able to confirm or clarify what that energy might have been?
Yeah, there was an alien energy there. You can say there was a ship there. We do see a Zeta energy there. Not necessarily of like negative. You can say it was kind of reading the energies of what was happening there. So, but there's other beings, of course, but it feels like a Zeta present there. Kind of like reading the water temperature.
You said Sedona's hurting right now. We're trying to coordinate to make it out to the vortexes. Is there anything that we should, focus our attention or our intention on when visiting these vortexes to help out Sedona?
Well, Sedona has a lot of anger within it, buried within itself. Its history. Of course, Grand Canyon has it also, but Grand Canyon is also massive. But Sedona is just a little rock. It's big, but it's still little. It has a lot of, wars that happened here in the past, even Galactic. A lot of Galactic. So what we're reaching at is more of a Galactic history here, where this is kind of like an escape zone for beings getting off the planet when there was war happening here. Yes, a long time ago. So, and some of you might feel those alien beings here. Yeah, some might pick up on the frog beings. Yes. I believe they're more just keeping an eye on this place, trying to put it back together. You can say some of the amphibian energy was there.
Sedona is very beautiful in the landscapes. Were those landscapes shaped by the Galactic War?
Somewhat, yes. It was like a lot of it was destroyed. You would actually see more. So a lot of it's actually missing a great deal. Like what this is built on right now, there was mountains. There was structure. There was mountains here. We're at right now. Realize this was a long time ago. So it's kind of like those vortexes. What do you hear like on a galactic level of Earth's history? What comes through? Because even the Grand Canyon, it's like say this is where you're needed. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, I've tried twice to go to the Grand Canyon, and
Yeah, look where you are though. It's like, yeah, this even Sedona is hard to get to. They'll find a way to get you here. As you connect to those galactic energies, it'll all start to make more sense. It's just hidden.
Do you have any like clues as to which collectives, as far as the Galactics are connected with Sedona?
All of them. A lot of Atlantean beings. Some of them are very tall. Some are very similar to like an Indian race. So it's basically a lot. A lot of Earth's history has been lost, of course. So yeah, you're basically connecting to Earth's history through the vortexes. What are you picking up from that? If you see pain, you're getting to the nerve center. Not that you're looking for it, but it's there.
Yeah, I feel it.
Exactly. It's like 1,000 voices or 1,000,000 voices screaming at the same time. So basically, go back to the time of nuclear war in ancient times. So this is kind of like an escape route, but it did hit here also.
So were some of us there at that
Yes.
time and were coming to,
Correct.
and did some of us leave at that time? Like you were saying,
Seems
that-
like some of you left, but you came back.
We left and came back in that
Yes.
same thing?
Yes. Now it's a little bit complicated to say who left and who did not, who did just tailed it out of here. But
But so there's opportunity for us in coming back to heal
Yes.
those repeat cycles.
yes, I don't believe any of you have literally leave the planet stranded. No. You would not be in this room if you did that. Others, yes, did left and just never came back. But most of you did come back to see what
Maybe left so we could come back or something. Salvage.
Well, the idea was to come back to his planet was hurting. It still is. So connecting to galactic heritage will start to basically the elites here, yes, are powerful. They're not that powerful. They think they are.
The pathway from when you're driving from Phoenix to Sedona, you can feel a lot of pain and fear.
Exactly.
I initially thought that was mainly like just fear of driving on cliffs, but is it a little bit more?
It's
a lot More
deeper.
than that?
Correct. But even those that are driving through it, yes, it's kind of like going through a tunnel of hell. Somehow. It's not the intention. No, people built that road. They had no idea, obviously, but on a higher level, it was actually to clear the energies of it. Of course, entities are grabbing onto cars every now and then, not always. They're just lost souls there. And I believe some Indians have some idea of it. A lot of their history's been lost too, of course. I mean, there's so much. Is anybody looking for this information? Probably not. So it kind of dies with their tribes. They have some idea. They don't have all the answers. They just know don't go there. So don't put yourself into that. Let's put it that way. So you can say with founding of America, it was kind of like the wound, and now obviously what America's going through, it's actually going through what the past is going through. The horrors of the past, basically.
I had a dream where two different races or alien races came out of vortexes and like started shooting at each other, and then there was like a big like gigantic being that started like smashing all these other little beings.
Yes.
So did like other beings come from their planets to have war like here in Sedona?
Yes. Yeah, they didn't realize. Yeah, so it's like so that gives you an idea what happened in the past.
Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, oh.
Yeah, so but it's not always been able to connect it to Earth's past.
Right.
You just figure they just came over here to beat each other up, and actually they've been here in the past, like echoes of the past too. So hopefully all this makes more sense. This is the battleground. Phoenix, yes, it's been decimated many, many times. There's a lot of explosions happened there in the past.
Is the Mother Phoenix energy present right now?
Yes. all wounded in some ways because of the past. Because humanity doesn't remember, the Earth remembers. It's like kind of like, the Earth can give hints. It can't tell you everything because that's part of your growth to unlock all of these mysteries here. So yeah, some of you might end up back here again somehow because it's calling for you. You might end up going to Grand Canyon possibly, but most likely it'll come back here. You never know. So, there's other entities here. We can bring in feline energies. There's no other questions. So, sending much love. Blessings to you all. Grease you. We are the Lyrans. We are the felines. Blessings. To go, yes, there's many galactic wars on your planet, as you can see. Yes, not everything can be revealed, though, because it's what we're going. So we're going through our own conflicts, and if we tell you too much, it kind of it disrupts our timeline, actually. But as you discover it, like you're at a level where you figure things out, and that's why not everything's being told to you. It's like, well, if you figure it out, then you get all this knowledge is allowed to come to you because you earned it. If we just tell you everything, it just disrupts a lot. Because you have this knowledge, what do you do with it? Just like anything else in life. So basically you're going to the pages. You wonder why you're here. Yes, there's many mysteries. So you see the beings here that don't want you to know, yes, they're doing everything they can to keep you from figuring it out. So every day you have a life here, you're getting closer to what you're here to figure. Because everyone here is a piece of the puzzle, basically. Not everybody can retain everything. It's just impossible. Especially, yes, you connect to the past, all the terror that happened in the past. Yes, you think you have problems in this era and throughout history, but there's a hidden history that's been worse. Any questions?
I have a question. Tell me about the different beings. I'm very, very interested in feline energy because I know I was somehow a part of that. But I also heard that there's like green people.
You said green people?
Yes, I don't know. Someone said that there was like green people.
Some of those are Martian people. Some of those are, yes, beings from vegan type of beings. Vegan. Just tree type beings. Well, you connect to the ones which ones are speaking to you now, or any of them?
I just know when I was getting one of my Reiki, I think it might have been my master Reiki attunement. I know that the person who was giving me these humans in the room was filled with feline beings.
Yes.
And Andromedans. And I think that was it.
So yeah, the felines base. Well, you say you came to this world to kind of solve Earth's this planet's puzzle. Yeah, this world got lost through many feline wars against each other, and feline wars with the reptilians. It's wars with almost everybody. Similar to like a human. Take a human and just put add more feline features, and you find more feline planets are actually more difficult than this one.
Really?
Oh yes. I mean, how many of you have been around a cat sometimes? Kind of think.
I have
Dogs
four,
are
I
very
have four of them.
Dogs are like, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? A cat is like, I'm gonna rip your arm off. Where do you think that comes from? Well, they're trying to protect themselves. They've been, yes, a lot of them caused a lot of trouble. They're very similar to like a canine in the past. Very open. Hey, how's it going? And many cats are these days too. They're very too friendly. They have no idea because they haven't been through the wars, but others have been through the wars. And so they start protecting themselves, they start growing a longer tail, so they can see what's behind them. Their ears get more sensitive because that's the heroes trying to kick their ass. So it gets more wild. The galactic world take a jungle, put out in space. They're trying to learn from each other too. It's not necessarily trying to start a war. It's just they're trying to figure themselves out. It's just like growth, like you're going through here. So, yes, any questions?
What was the Felines' original plan or purpose to be on Earth? Like, why did you guys come?
There's many different feline beings. Many come here just to be with the earth, nature, and just live with humanity, live what was created. Others came here with other ideas of just making this theirs. Just similar to like a reptilian idea. And many did have like a reptilian, they combine with reptilian, but it doesn't mean it's always reptilian. Some felines, it's just like they have enough wisdom where they can take over whatever. So it's not just them though. There are other beings that do the same thing. It's basically this world's like crash and grab, as you call it. Just break it and grab what you want. So but many beings so that they can control this planet. So the feline, many are here like Egyptian times. It gets confusing there, but many are there to help humanity evolve, raise their vibrations. Yes, there was a peaceful time on Earth. And so some of the beings became, we can control everything. There's always a few that can take, and humans were just deprogrammed or deactivated so they can be used in war. So think like a feline being or reptilian being, wherever it might be, can use humans to their advantage. As you see now. Just have one leader and just same as your generals and all the same thing. So it's like misusing populations. It happens all the time throughout the universe.
Since this information isn't really mainstream, how can we as a small collective of individuals learn of this history, figure it out, and heal this planet? What can we do on a small scale to make a significant difference?
Well, you can kind of see like what is your role in all of it. Like, do you connect to a feline energy? Do you even need to be around that? Who else is out there that you feel like you connect to? Like godlike beings. Of course, there are godlike beings that look at this world. Yeah, some of them manipulate it. Others stay back. Of course, a lot of alien beings feel the same way. That's the thing. Not just the humans abuse their power. Many alien beings, as some of you know, they have godlike powers, and they're being careful at first. I'm not going to manipulate others, but then others like us. So, and it just, and then another one did it, and others started to continue to do that. So follow your instincts, and like it's not easy. Yeah, to find the right words, it's not easy. It's buried, that's why. Because there's beings here that don't want you to figure it out for obvious reasons. So.
Yeah, I was just wondering what would happen when we could figure it out.
What will happen? Well, you'll start to, it's different for everybody. Some might feel sick. Some might even go to the hospital literally because you feel like you're releasing someone else's grief. It's different for everyone. Some would feel like you're more open you've ever been before. You feel like you can even see a higher dimension version of you, like you're figuring this out. So basically, it's good, yes, to do things with your life, but there is a lot of waiting around, as many noticed, and that has a lot to do with the timelines. It's like there's a timeline where you can have it now, but what about the consequences of it? What will happen there? And sometimes you just have to lay low and just wait years, unfortunately. But during that time, you can still develop. Any questions?
Would you consider yourselves guardians of this planet and of like the starseeds or angelics or more innocent beings here?
Well, us as yes, we are somewhat guardians. We try to keep our problems away from your planet. Because beings that know how to, like, they know the entranceway into this world, through Agartha or wherever, the different vortexes. And we're trying to guard or protect it, not necessarily guard it. We're trying to, for this world not to be more difficult than it is now. But there are doorways open where starseed beings incarnate, yes. And yes, some of you might feel like you got yanked out of one reality into this one. So remember what you signed up for 1,000 years? Oh, we need you now. So literally you can drop dead in one reality and be pulled into this one. I think some of you can probably remember that actually. It's like, what the hell am I here? Oh, remember we signed it like it's probably 2,000 years ago. It's wherever. It's like now's the time. Because what you have will work right now. Even if it makes absolutely no sense what you're doing. Because yeah, you put your energy out there, you feel like you're not getting a whole lot back from others. Yeah. It's a mystery, it's supposed to be. I mean, you brought here blinders on, good luck. It's like it's like your regular armies, they just what's your orders? We don't know. They just throw you into a jungle. Similar to that. Astrally, you have everything, you can see it all, which kills all of you obviously when you have just like, oh, then you forget. If you go to a higher level of astral, we can see everything. And you get close to this earth, it all comes fuzzy. It's kind of like a process. If you just jump from higher astral to lower astral, this world, you feel like a jolt, you feel depressed and all that. It's like you have to kind of still be a human here, play the role.
I have a question. So when we were kind of all preparing, I guess before reincarnated, and sitting in classrooms and learning everything that humans needed help with, and we knew we weren't going to remember, but we were just so sure we're going to remember, we're going to wake up. What were some of those assurances, or how or why did we think we was going to remember in the first place?
Wishful thinking. So, oh wait, so if I go there, I can fix this in 5 years, or 2 years, or tomorrow. Just keep telling yourself that, yes. So many, yes. Well, there are some realities that it worked. Hey, it worked on that world. Why can't I do it here? Took a day over there. It's here. It takes, yes. I'm not even going to say how long it takes. So, but if you have that idea, it's worked in other places, and that can be a blessing and a curse. But it just helps you shape how you work the vibrations here. You have the energy of that other reality. You have enough strength to put your information out here, so it just gives you willpower. You can say, if it does feel disappointing at times. So, yes, being here, kind of like hearing the souls of the past. Some of you have already heard it. So you kind of like, you're not sure what you're hearing, though. It's very deep in the Earth's history. Now, others might say they have it all figured out, and that's fine. Some just like to feel that way. And sometimes they're right to a certain level, but there's so much of the Earth's past that's been erased. So basically, you bring astral knowledge back here, yes, Akashic knowledge, but just through yourself. It's like how you visualize the Earth's past, like what we're saying, the Grand Canyon consciousness saying. What does that all look like to you?
Who guides the feline races that we're speaking with? Where do you get your guidance from?
Those are older feline races that hopefully know what they're doing. So we come from a Lyrian consciousness that has learned from a lot of the mistakes, but still can't figure it all out. So it's not all, nobody knows, even on your planet. We kind of know, but we don't know. We see where human, you know how humanity is, and we feel stuck also at times. So we don't really have a name. We don't know necessarily, but just the Lyrian High Council, however you want to word it, it's not that part. But some of you might see yourselves a visual of yourself as a feline energy there.
So lot of people like to like correlate felines or like cats with being like very intuitive, visions and like seers and stuff like that, very psychic. Is that like what you guys' original coding was?
Yes. Well, we're just like beautiful cat beings, basically, but extremely naive. Just beautiful, like Lemurian beings, but we're cat people. We're just like, yes, we go to the mall and just we have it all figured out. We live in our nice little, comfort palaces, and we just feel like we just have it all. We're just, loving life, basically, having no idea what's out there in the universe. That's what you're experiencing here. So in this awakening that you're going through, yeah, it can hurt a little bit, basically, as you start connecting to this galactic knowledge of just like how vicious a lot of these beings are. Obviously, you have some idea. But it goes a lot deeper. But the beings here is just the beings that cause a lot of this trouble. It's not just feline beings. They cause a lot of rage within the feline beings to split the feline beings apart. The beings that come from another universe, they just have so much rage and anger, but they know how to manipulate worlds. Archon beings is all different type of words you can use, but they feel like they're powerful, like magician beings, but they're galactic beings. They feel like they have all the knowledge, even if they are kind of deteriorating. But they have others that teach others how to pick up where they have lost. Like if they start to die due to all the horrible things that they're doing, they just have others to do the same thing. So they feel like they're like a master race.
Would you say is the biggest collective that would need healing, that will make the biggest impact on healing this planet? As far as the ones kind of controlling and manipulating.
Well, it comes down to like the human collective. Not to be smart with that answer, it's just that the humans turn against each other, as you can see. So humans, there's like a superhuman race here that's not like a higher dimensional human that you don't see here flying in the skies, other dimensions, but it's here.
Are they the ones that are giving humans a bad rap?
Yeah, they can take different. So some might take a reptilian, like a pterodactyl look, or human. They take a different form to do their whatever tasks they're to do.
Because I've heard channelings where they look down on us, on normal humans, like an elitist mentality.
Yeah, well, they're also extremely paranoid too, but they're very arrogant. Yeah, the narcissists, but they know how to keep their power where it is. You could think of it as a lost human race, not your Atlanteans. Think like a human race before Atlanteans. They're always here. They have some Martian, yes, but there's more to it than that. You've heard about Earth being destroyed several times, but there's other races here that have harnessed the power to basically let you create your civilizations, and they act like God. Just look now, it's snowing. Who's going to stop that? So, but there's not just one God race that does it. Of course, there's no history of it. It's not Anunnaki.
So yeah, their fingerprints were on the snowstorm yesterday.
Yes. Okay. There's not really a history of these beings that are doing this. They just like blame the Anunnaki for this.
What are their names? Like, what do you call them?
Gods, you could say, ancient gods of your hidden earth, you could say. That's probably a better word for it, but that's one way of looking at it.
There's a group I heard called the Immortal Men. Are they part of that group, or did they fall?
No, yeah, it's something like, or yes, immortal is. Realize they took the word of what they've been told. Like, they took the word that's associated with them and destroyed it. So, but immortals is a good word for it, yes. Not men, though. Immortals. You say they hint at themselves every now and then. Any other questions? That's a doozy. All right, yes, we'll send in Sedona energy blessings. Praise you. Yes. Sedona consciousness, yes. Yes. Well, Marian mermaid energies. Yes, there is a lot of ancient codex knowledge here. You can say America has been mentioned in the Bible, but not by its name. Of course, what they call that. So it's actually in the Bible, but not. I believe Philistine people were here. Your Bible does give you hints, but they don't exactly say where this happened, that happened. So there is some truth in there. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So America has been mentioned. Of course, like I said, they don't call it that. So you are getting kind of ideas of your history. And as for our frequencies, that's the underground. Well, that's yes, part of the ancient civilizations I've been here that do not want to be remembered. And how many of you? So there is some knowledge government-wide only because they have the restriction. Of course, some of your Indians have some idea also of what's underground. They lost their lives underground. Not to say your government does anything. That's just they're nobody's. They can't figure this out either. So, but they are keeping it all hidden for obvious reasons. They're not going to do tours or anything like that. I know it's something special, but they're still. Any questions or anything?
The Montakas from Orion. Do they have a connection to the Sedona Mer?
Yes. Yes, there's not a lot of knowledge about them even for us to connect to, but yes, there is. Yes, connect to those frequencies. So another way for you to get to your Earth's history, yes, is the inner Earth, the Garthian realms, and a lot of that's been sealed off for obvious reasons. So you can look for your Earth's history there, like I think I can handle this, or you ask where you can handle, and you might get some idea. It's very heavy. There's many powerful minds in the ancient world, and this doesn't mean they have a water. Some do have a elongated head. It's just very powerful thinking beings. Yes, they can send a. They can basically kind of take over your personality, almost take over you, and get you to do what they want. It's that powerful. You can go more further than that, and that's their minds doing that. That's not using some kind of technology somebody's putting together in their basement. I mean, that's cute, but there's, as you know, a higher dimensional energies can break it down.
When you say that, sometimes I get like an inner dialogue that is a part of my thought process. Is that example of beings hijacking, trying to type in and insert thoughts and ideas?
I wouldn't say they're trying to. I don't say they're trying to hijack. I think they're trying to communicate with you, but they might have a hijacking way about themselves.
Yeah, very smart at it.
Yeah, but they're not. That's how they talk. That's how they are.
So when I banter back with them with the same kind of energy, they're not getting offended. That's just how they talk.
No, that's how. Yeah, that's
Okay.
they would actually prefer that. It's kind of like being in a gang talking. So yeah, they're not. I don't see them trying to. I think they're, like lost souls, you could say. But they are wandering here. Just they see humans as like a ghost. They don't. As some of you probably heard that before. There's ghosts that see humans as a ghost. And why is interdimensional beings see humans as a ghost?
What do you mean by sealed off? You mean access to like the inner Earth realms?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes, as you can see, you're not walking into fairylands very often. Not Not seeing half man, half horse beings walking, but that would be quite fascinating to bring those through. Yes, humans would absolutely freak out. But yeah, there's the inner Earth people beings do they have difficulties with humans because they feel like they're shut out. Also, so it's like, hey, look, we're here. You hear about the mythology. Can we come back to your world? Obviously, no. So that door can't open, but you see the Earth's consciousness right now.
But is there a fascination still with humans?
Yes and no. Yes, there's always a being that would say yes to that. Yes.
You know, like the humans, like I'm missing like the rock when they walk on those rocks, like out in the forest and stuff, and they're like, kind of like like the missing 411 people that like go missing and like rock beds.
Well, some of those people go to the Garthian realms.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, some of them, and they're not hijacked or taken away or anything like that. They go home. It's not. They're not trying to leave their family. It just they feel like their family is somewhere else. Yeah, yes, the missing children. Yes, all of them, not all, but some of them do go to another realm, and they're at that frequency, especially when they're young. They can open up those doors, especially when they're out in the wilderness, things like that. So yeah, if you want to keep your kids, it's good to keep an eye on them and not go to a forest. Most of the time, it should be all right. For 90%, it should be okay. But for other parents that have no idea of any of this, and all of a sudden their kid's gone, yeah. So it's not always an alien abduction. There is some of that, but some just.
Well, I also heard there's like portals where people are walking through the woods and they literally their hand will disappear.
Yes.
And they like pull it back.
Yes, and
Some
there's that
people walk
also.
right into them without even knowing.
Yes, some do walk into other realms also. Yes. And sometimes they're happier places. It all depends. It's yes and no on that one. But a lot of them have no idea because their energy shifts to that reality and just they feel like they just got there, but they sometimes adapt easily. It all depends. It's like another version of Earth. It's going on with that one.
I did a meditation like a couple years ago, and there was it was at the inner Earth, but I had to enter through the inner Earth through like this cave. I did like this dance or whatever to get inside the inner Earth, but it was a crystal there that I had to take from the inner Earth to Earth, but it was like underneath my bed. But this is planted on Earth. But I saw like this black, I guess like roots or whatever on inner Earth, like was some of like humanity's like problems even into inner Earth. Like it just gave me like a vibe of.
Yeah. Well, yes. This Earth and inner Earth blended into each other, like a clash of, like the Titans. You can say, yeah, a war between both realms. Yes. So yeah, you are connecting. So yeah, you're like a crystal child from what I can see, and you're there to open portals, but also close them. Open the good ones, of course. Yeah, a lot of the dark portals are what you call a sewer here that keeps the lower energies here. Yeah, it's like a trick to keep the world shut down. Basically, so the human body, is designed to keep the world shut down, basically. So as you heal and no longer need food, which takes a while, you go into the higher frequencies, so you don't have to go through this anymore. So it doesn't really matter if you eat meat or not. It's up to you on that. You decide that, obviously, because as your ancestry, as soon as you know, it is a meat. That's all they had. So it goes into kind of that DNA. You just need it to survive. Others can eat plants all day long because that's years from the past. It just goes back so far. It's hard to heal to fix that.
So you were saying something about mer people. Are you meaning that was there an ocean here before?
Yes. Oh yes.
So I had a vision today of falling into this place, and it was like desert, but there was an ocean here too.
Yes.
And I was in the water.
Yeah. So you're seeing the past. Yes. So you're seeing. Yeah. So you kind of jumped to the ancient world for a little while. So yeah. So you can say you're bringing that knowledge. So it feels like you're bringing that knowledge back, not just for yourself, but there is consciousness. It's like remember yourself. Just by your memories is connects, as you know, connects to their frequencies. You don't have to tell anybody. All of a sudden, somebody else is talking to you about it. Whatever you see on TV, reading your TV guides, whatever. If you need some kind of validation, a lot of people don't need it, but sometimes it's neat to get that, because the others are picking up on it. So if you go into your past, you have rhinoceros, you have elephant beings, all used to be being humanoid. So you have those guys here, and then we have their animals here, and these guys are, some of them are a complete pain in the ass. So you'd be glad you sent them away. But also they have protecting energies too. So it kind of goes back into your Earth's past of, yes, a lot of these animal beings were humanoid type, and they really did not like each other. It's almost like, yes, your WWF, but it's all these animal beings that just got so tired of each other. Now, not all of them are like that, but some of them are. Yes, they brought their problems.
I'd like to confirm with these animal alien beings that are humanoid. There's like the chicken and the egg. Were the animal versions of them, the original versions, or were the humanoid alien versions created first?
Well, they have humanoid. Yeah, it's kind of like both was created. Like some worlds, it's just like the animal version, and then they got some another species came and just started like the mantis being. It's like, oh, so we take this and put it into a human form, and and then we just leave it on a planet somewhere.
So they kind of see their ancestors here.
Yes. So it's a little bit different for all of these beings. Some are just animal beings and then made into humanoids. Others are both humanoid and like the felines were, a little bit of both.
That's why they call this place the living museum.
Yes. But realize all these animals here were at each other's, not all of them, but a good portion of them were at each other's throats in the past. So now they're just doing it through the human collective instead.
So it seems to be a trend that like a lot of beings have problems and like come here, or they have problems while they're here. Is it like being amplified with like their unbalanced side?
Yes. Like you can come in as a peaceful being, but then you connect to your ancestry within your bloodline, and all of a sudden you're just a whole different person. All of a sudden, you're like your love and light being incarnated is like, what's wrong with me? So it's like almost like a computer virus.
Okay.
It's because it's in your blood. It's like, how do I turn this off?
So like that type of trauma and like pain and like hatred is like embedded in Earth right now. So
Yes.
Connected to the frequency you're passed through.
So
Portal is like.
yes, if you're a higher dimensional being, like just you can understand darkness all, and that's fine. But you incarnate just as a human, you just absorb. If you're high vibrational, you just absorb more. If you're at a lower energy, you absorb some of it, but it's like, you have your problems. It's like, you know how to push those things. It's like, I got enough. But other high vibrational things aren't used to these things. And it amplifies it. And they become drug addicts to get back to that high. Always looking for that high to get back. It's like, because they forget what, how it is on, of course you get images and all of that. And that can drive you more insane.
That was largely the reason why inorganic hallucinogens are being made. Because a lot of the star seeds and angelic beings are actually looking for the high vibrational energy through the trauma, and they get confused and start using the drugs.
Yes. Well, the thing about making those drugs is also like creating your own homeworld here. It's not like you're bringing a homeworld here. So you're doing all these little experiments and making the best whatever drug it is, and you're just really trying to make this place home.
The Sedona Mer, do they have more of a lineage to the Lemurian?
Yes.
Mer?
Oh yes.
Okay.
It's basically Lemurian energy. Yes. And also a mix of Atlantean.
Mhm.
So it's a mix of both. And yes, to blame everything on the Atlanteans. Yes, there is difficulties there, but it goes so much further than that. Not to blame anybody, but it goes kind of like back to the creation of the planet itself, the civilizations in the early stage. They're just learning about them. So it's just learning. It comes down to it. So the beings that are here causing difficulty, it's kind of like a store manager who thinks he knows everything and just doing everything wrong, but you can't do anything to get him out of that position. It's kind of like that. There's different ways of looking at it, but they don't want to be seen either. Obviously, they know to keep themselves in because when they show themselves, then you see their vulnerabilities and you can tap into them, and then they're not powerful anymore. But you're going to get there anyway, it seems. They kind of know they have an expiration date. Can't do this forever. But you have to be here willing to go there, which many of you are. Opposite numbers are that. You don't have millions of people doing it. I mean, millions of people are looking after their cell phones. Any other questions?
I do have another question, if that's okay.
Yes.
So like, I know the fall of Lemuria and Atlantis were slightly different, but those who were in positions of power or leadership, did the infiltration happen because a lot of them got infiltrated, or did the infiltration happen more because they weren't effectively teaching the rest of the civilization how to connect to their higher selves and tap into their power and use discernment?
Well, the both civilizations already knew about all those things, but then we just call it offshoot groups or sister groups wanted that power for themselves. Yes, you could say war energy beings. They figure like, well, they're doing that, all that power and all that. What if we take that away from them and make them work for us, enslave them, where they might not have the more higher. So basically, it was kind of like an inside job. It started within, and the higher dimensional beings on those like Atlantis, they didn't know what to do. Like once it's like a cancer, once it starts, and they kind of ignore it, they don't realize it's going to be that bad. That they handle it. They had never seen this. It's like anyone in your own lives. You've never seen this before. What do you do? And you're doing everything you can when it's too late. So it just mostly happened within, deep within. So you have a hierarchy, you have all these beings, and then right within it just slowly just starts to get corrupted. They find vulnerabilities. They just want that power. So they see the higher dimensional energy, see all the niceness. Like, well, that looks very nice on my head and not theirs. If I can get them to work for me, I'm a god, and I can stay hidden, and he'll do all the work. Something around those lines. So it's like your CEOs, like anything public is pretty much that. It's just a puppet show. Of course, they go by looks. They have to. It was just regular. They have to use attractiveness to make all this work. Attractive people who are, of course, the Kardashians are not that attractive. But either way, somebody finds them somewhat, whatever that is. The idea of attractiveness. But they have a lot of reptilian energy. They have a lot of seducing frequencies. At least the Kim does. And it's like, yes, Medusa, kind of like that. She just can pull them all in, and people don't know why, because she's been genetically altered. Is her soul even there? Not really. It's like it was there back when she was 15, and then somebody else showed up. Just like your queen. Yeah, was your queen even there? Yes, maybe. Yes, as a young. Yes, but yes. Any other questions? Right. Yes, we have enough to think about. So blessings to you all.
Thank you. Thank you.